Rutgers, Michigan. Jim Harbaugh's back on the sideline. We all missed him. Well, I didn't, but I know some people did. Michigan here, 24-point home favorites, 44.5 the total in this one. Big Ten opener. Certainly Michigan has not been, Conor Mack, this great team this year as far as covering these big numbers are concerned. How about 0-3 against the spread to start the year? 30-3 over East Carolina, 35-7 against UNLV, and 31-6. They all look impressive. The defense has been phenomenal.
Yep.
But we're not seeing – the betting markets have clearly got Michigan priced too highly. That's become clear because they really haven't even been all that close to covering some of these numbers. Like they never sniffed the cover against East Carolina. Same thing with UNLV. They were laying 38.5, 41 against Bowling Green. They only won that game by 25. So they're overvalued. Just based on pure market perception and point spread power ratings which are putting the numbers out that we see in a game like this, I have to lean Rutgers. And dare Michigan to cover a number like this until I see it. Now, the one thing is that was non-conference. That was weaker competition. And now this is an opponent. And now we're into the Big Ten conference schedule. Does that get Michigan to raise their game to a level that now they're awake, now they're alive, now they're focused, and maybe they really want to play their A game, or maybe you got their B game or their C game, in those 3 games that they played against ECU, UNLV, and Bowling Green. That's the question. But I'll tell you what, really have not seen anything negative about Rutgers here so far this year. They destroyed Northwestern, destroyed Temple, destroyed Virginia Tech, 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the spread. And look, the money's come in on Rutgers because Michigan opened 26. It's down to 24. Still a few 24.5s out there, but not much. I have to agree. Don't lay points with Michigan until they prove to me that they can cover in this kind of range. And Rutgers is better than the 3 opponents they've played so far. I'm confident in saying that. UNLV, Bowling Green, and East Carolina. Rutgers is better than all 3 of those teams. And to destroy Virginia Tech, destroy Temple the way they did, especially Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's not a terrible team. And they just laid it to him. And I got to give Gavin Wimsatt credit. This guy's taken huge leaps as a quarterback so far this year. He's been better. They've been running the ball. Kyle Monangai's been absolutely terrific running the ball for Rutgers. Not going to be easy against Michigan. And the one thing is, can Wimsatt on the road here, even though we've seen a lot of improvement out of him, can he do enough in the passing game for Rutgers here to remain competitive? But I'm still leaning Rutgers here with Michigan 0 for ATS this year. What do you think, Conor?
Yeah, Michigan's just kind of those first 3 games without Harbaugh, just do what you got to do and get through. And last week, I was watching it, 3 picks by McCarthy, 4 turnovers. They had a fumble. 2, it's just Bowling Green had 3.
He's been good. He's not been great so far.
Yeah. And last week, the turnovers, if that happens here, Rutgers is definitely covering. So if they can make some plays, that defense, and can Rutgers move the ball, though, and run it on this Michigan defense? That's the lone thing. Can they score a little bit? It was last year. It was the lone thing with Rutgers that kind of drove me crazy. When I stepped up and wanted to take them, they got blown out, and they got blown out by Michigan 52-17.
Yep.
But, yeah, I think the points here are valuable with Rutgers. I think they can hang around. That's the way I was looking.
Now, and I do want to point out, Michigan did destroy Rutgers in Piscataway last year, 52-17. But last time they played at the Big House 2 years ago, Michigan only won 20-13, and Rutgers was a 20-point dog. They covered.
I remember that. Yeah.
So at the Big House, they did stay inside. They did stay inside that number. So I'm definitely leaning.
That's the guy too, Bavana, that's had Rutgers too much. Yeah. Been in the last few years. So yeah, I remember him. I
think Shiano's doing a hell of a job. And this defense has played really well. And they're going to have to play well here. But again, McCarthy's made a couple interceptions, some bad decisions with the ball. And I think this Rutgers defense has played really well so far to begin the year. They've only given up 30 points in 3 games. So you got to give this defense, that's Shiano's bread and butter, the defensive side of the football. So like I say, I think it's definitely, I think there's ways Rutgers can keep this to within 24. We'll see if they're able to.